I don't know how to start that because I've never done that.
Yeah, maybe just like make it flow. It will be nice.
Hi everyone, I'm here with a friend of mine, and today we decide to talk about a topic that is very interesting for us because we are part of two different religions, but we find a lot of common points between our feelings. So we decided to discuss about that today.
Thank you, Zavia.
Mhm.
Like my name is Adit. I'm a Muslim. Currently I'm working as a teacher in my country, and I am from Indonesia.
And I don't know, we thought that could be interesting to hear what we believe and to see if there are many differences or just common point, because when we talk about those topics we find that we are very similar and we are very connected about those topics. And it's very interesting because normally you feel that if you have a different religion you also have to be very different in your belief and in your feelings from the others. And so I was thinking that maybe you can tell us a little bit of what you feel, what you believe in, what is your idea of this entity, and then I can say what I think, and we can just try to make a conversation about that.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, actually, it's really tough question though. How we can describe, how we can know the entity or the divine power, because we believe that the divine power is only comes from God, right? Yeah, and sometimes we have some problem how we can get to know better to Him or to God, or in our religion in Islam we call it Allah. In Islam we believe in one God, and to know Him better, actually, our religions has different way. And for me, in my religions, like the things that very easy to do or the closest things to do if we want to get to know uh, him or God better, we have to build or establish a prayer. Like in Islam, we have 5 times prayer. Yeah, we have 5 time prayers, and we are obligated to do it all the time, every day. So we have 5 times, like in the morning, like at down actually around 4 p.m. It depends on what or where do you live, and also it depends on this sun or the like the moons. Yeah, but and then also we establish the prayer in the afternoon, in the evening, and also at night. So that's the closest thing that we can do as a Muslim if we want to get to know him better.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's like in general, like prayers or like just talking, with him, because I feel that praying is like talking, like with someone. And I think like in every relationship it's the easier way and the most deep way to know someone, because just when you talk with someone you can cope to
Mhm.
learn more about him, it or she, or whatever it is. And yeah, so I think that's like the same also, I think in my religion, but I think in every religion in general, like the pray is like the first like type of approach that you can have with this entity. And I think it's very interesting that everyone who believe like in something um, has the like this relationship, and everyone that want to approach like this entity at the end arrive to a prayer, like it can be like a pre-made prayer, it can be like a free prayer that you just do like with your own words, but at the end I think the center is the same, that is like have this relationship with this entity. And I was thinking about a lot of time when we were talking like in other situations. I know it was it was like beautiful to see that the main ideas that we have about those entities are the same, because we both think that this entity is love, and that is something that, you know, it's that wants the better, for you, and that is something that can bring you to a better life that maybe you couldn't imagine, that you could have. And I don't know, it was very interesting for me, because a lot of time, also in those days when we hear about Muslim and so on, we can have like a very wrong idea about what Muslim is. And also, speaking and talking to you, I realized how close your message, like the message of the Muslim, is like similar to Christian message, like the real original Christian message, that is the message of love. So I was thinking about if you would like to talk about what your belief and your religion teach you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe for some people who only know Islam from the media, I think they will catch our religions in the wrong way, because we don't actually do a violence, or we try to treat people in harsh manner, or that kind of stuff that you can see on the media. Because yeah, in Indonesia, like mostly people believe in Islam, and there's no such things that is happening, like people bomb each other or something. Maybe there will be some extremist group, but it's not really a representative as a Muslim. But in our religions, what I have learned is like one of the quotes, or yeah, I couldn't say one of the quotes that is come that comes from our prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Like the most beneficial man is the man who can give benefits to others. Like sometimes we let ourselves suffer to help people. It is recommended as well, because most people think they used to put themselves at the front. They put their ego at front. But in our religions, sometimes we are recommended to be suffered, to let people help, to help people. I mean, yeah, this is something that really beautiful as well, because right, in the reality, it's almost never, it's almost can be seen the situations like this. And also, in the Ramadan, if you ever heard about it, like how we can share the true of empathy, how we can feel the one who feel or who live in need, they don't have food, and we try to live to be like them. It's like even we have a lot of food and in our fridge or on our table, we can't eat and we can't drink for the length of time, because this is the commandment of uh Islam. One of the commandment that we have to do. It's like an obligations that we do every Ramadan month. Like it's true. It's a lot of things. I think it will be difficult. It will be beautiful as a message if I can uh tell you all of the, yeah, all of the, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it's just a lot of things that actually I still have to learn more about this kind of way of life, to live with this kind of thought, how to put others over myself.
Yeah. What I was like thinking about that, I thought about it when we first, talked about that. But then at the university, I'm studying like Jewish thought. I don't know how to translate that from Italian, but like we are trying to study the idea and the religion of Jewish. And it's not the same, of Muslim, but I think that I found some similarities, because when you first was talking about me about that you just said, the fact that Ramadan is like something that make you understand how people that don't have like your advantage live, and is recommended to not eat but to give your food to those people that doesn't have or don't have food. And it's a religion that tell you to put the others before yourself and to try to make the other feel like good and I don't know, like at home, and just try to be the best for the others and also for yourself. I think that that's not just beautiful, but I feel that it's also the same message, that Jesus was telling us, also because you recognize Jesus as a prophet. And I don't know, and I was thinking about maybe our difference is just that in my religion, in my institution, we have like an idea, like love, be good, try to love yourself, love the others, like in the same way, and that's it. We don't have a lot of rules, like specific rule that we have to follow in the day to accomplish that. And that's, I think that's good because you're a little bit more free of trying to find your own way for doing that, but also it's a bit complicated because maybe you don't know where to start, while maybe in your religion you just have those advice, those little thing that you have to do that make you understand more about what you're doing, why are you doing that, and that teach you how to behave in a correct way with the others. And I feel it's the same that I was learning about those classes like at the university, because my teacher was saying that all the rules that Jewish have are important, because when you like follow a rule, you have to reflect and to think about what you are doing. And so you became like more conscious about yourself, about what you are doing, and you can learn like a topic or something that is very important. And if I just tell you that normally, maybe you can't really understand, and interiorize the message. So I feel that maybe that's the same like in your religion. And so yeah, I think that's a big difference, because when you have to do that, you can have two answers. Or that's something very good, and you can learn from those laws, or maybe you can feel that you have to do that, so you don't enjoy that and you don't have this answer from from yourself. While in the Christianity you don't have this obligation, so on the one hand you are more free, like you can do things more because you want to. So I think that's a good thing, but on the other hand, maybe sometimes you just don't know how to do that, and there is nothing very very technical, like very concrete, you know.
Well, yeah, I think I agree with you. Um, because in every cases, like for some cases, I mean, there are a lot of different people,
Can
right?
see here.
Like,
Okay.
okay, it's all
Sorry.
right. Yeah, there are different type of people who believe in religions, and each person or each type of that persons, they stand in different level too, like level of iman, or we can say iman in Arabic, or in English we can say a belief. Like we have different level of belief. Like there's someone who really bold and profound in a believing in their religions, and at that times when they miss only one prayer in a day, they feel guilty, they feel agitated, they don't know how, like they can't even cry.
Mhm.
But if their belief is really low, like you know even they don't pray for a day, like all of the prayer they miss it, they don't feel guilty because they have low level of beliefness.
Mhm.
So I think, yeah, it depends on how we can, how you can increase the belief to our God. It's like if someone who really demanding or they really depending on their God, I think their heart becomes soft, and then they can't even think about some things that it's really out of their mind, some things that uh can, I don't know, I could say, because their heart becomes soft, they can easily try to make their mindset, or when they see a problem, they can see it in different perspective, or so that they can get what they really want to achieve to solve the problems. And also they become more present and they become more content, and before they take some actions, they will think first, is it going to be affect my religions, or my I don't know how to say that, uh, does it will be, or will it be affect the level of our belief,
Mhm.
or yeah, they will think first before they want to do something. But for someone who don't really believe in religions, I think, especially about Islam, when they want to do something bad, maybe they only rely their concern, or the things that can, you know, prevent them to do something bad. It's not because of the religions. Maybe they absorb or they imbibe something from another uh, value. Maybe it can be from psychology, or it can be from culture or manner, but they don't try to relate it with the religions, because yeah, I think for general, like for good things, it's like for do the good things or good behavior, it's general value. So sometimes people don't try to make it related to their religions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important like to distinguish between the faith, the religion, the institution, and the society. Because
Yeah,
sometimes, we just put all together, and that's very confusing because maybe for the economical and political situation, people do something that it's, against our code of values, and they try to motivate that using the institution that is used, the religion that is used, the faith. So at the end, we confuse society with faith, and that those are very different things. And I think it's very good to always take, this like 4 packets in your mind. And yeah, I completely agree with you, and I think it's very important to also to understand that we can have like different religions, but like the message, at the end is the same, and the message is to be good, for the others, to love ourselves, and also to love God. So I feel that once that we have clear, this message, we are able to distinguish all what doesn't come from that, and all what is not coming from that. We just have to understand from which of those package, arrive, and that can help us to not like be away from this entity, because it's not his fault. Sometimes you see wars and also what is happening right now, and you just think, that's religion, or do you believe, and you see what happened when you believe in someone, and that's not right. We have to be aware to not instrumentalize, something that is very beautiful and very simple, to use that in something that is very complicated and is not at all coming from that. So I think it's very important. And also the last thing that I wanted to say is that um, it's difficult to me to understand like the importance of those rules like that you have in your religion, not in your belief, but in your religion, that is like more an institutionalization. Because in my mind, it's very difficult to feel that you can be, spontaneous in doing something and in a relationship if you have to do that. It's like if I have to talk with you and I just do that using some phrases that are pre-made, and I just can speak to you and talk to you in certain moment of the day because I can't in other time. But speaking with you, I realized that also my conception was totally wrong, because you told us that it's not, those rules are not because you have to do that and this the end, of the history. Just you have to follow the rule, and if you are good, then you go to heaven, and if not, goodbye. It's not that. It's just a way that can help some person that need to be helped, to have a proper relationship with someone and to have a correct behavior in a time and in a moment of their life in which they are just not able to do that alone. And in general, you don't have to see laws like something that you have to do because you have to do, but like an opportunity to understand more about this entity, about the life that you can, live and experiment, and the beauty of what you really can cope and achieve living in this way, like your own happiness and the happiness of the people that are surrounding you. And so, yeah, I think that I also have to work about this, because every time that I hear about laws in the relationship with this entity, I always feel something, bad in my stomach, like, no, it has to be spontaneous. But I realized that you have to have a spontaneous relationship with this entity. I'm totally convinced about that. But I also understand that heaven help always helped, Also, for me, a lot of time, you just have not the ability and the strongness, to just do it alone, to just cope with, have a relationship that is health and and that's right. And in your life, just maybe you get lost sometimes, So it's beautiful, and it's very helpful to have some points that are very concrete, that when you are lost, you can just go for them, and then, try to learn how to walk, and then do your step also alone, but, have just a range that tells you if you are going far away or if you are, in the correct area. And yeah, but I feel that the very important things is that if you have the main idea in your mind that is love, all those laws are not really laws, are not something that you have to do, because if you agree with a message that is love, help the others, is not a law. It's something that come from that spontaneously, So yeah, I feel that maybe the name rule makes us think about the wrong thing. Maybe we can call that advices, or just not rules, but I don't know the name in English.
Maybe it's kind of guidance.
Yeah, that was the word that I was looking
Yeah,
for. Thank you.
it's like a guidance.
So
Yeah,
do you think we
you
can
know.
see that
Mhm.
in this way, or
Yeah, I think when we get lost, when we go or when we travel and we do some hiking, maybe we do hiking and we get lost in the forest. If we don't have map, yeah, it's really hard. It is really hard for us to get out from that situations. But if we have maps, or we can say this is like a guidance, or a map is like a guidance. We can get easily find a way out to get back to our city, to get out from this situation, right, to escape in these situations. So it's just the same. When we trap in this life, we don't know what to do, how we can get back, because in this world we just like a traveler. we come to this world and we get old and we die, or maybe we don't even can reach the old life. Maybe tomorrow or the next day we will die.
Mhm.
So in this religion, in Islam, so we live as a traveler. So we don't want to miss, or we don't want to put our image bad to old people, or maybe to the closest one, at least to our family. We only hopes that when we leave this world, they will remember us as a good person, and they will pray for us, because yeah, we just live for a moment here, for a short life. And then to think about the law, it's not about the law, right? It's related to guidance, because yeah, if we follow the guidance, I think it's really easy for us to take a step in, to walk in this life, because when we confuse, we can see the guidance. Also, if we just buy a new product, we will see the guidance first, like how we can operate that new product. And also in this life, when we confuse, we can go back to the guidance as well. So yeah, I think for people who think about it, it's really hard. So they don't think it's a guidance. It's just something that pushing them back, and they can express themselves. They can or they have different kind of thought, or they believe in something else. So it depend on us, because in Islam, like all the believer, it's not pushed, like there is no way they are pushed to take this religion, so they will take it like uh intentionally, based on their intentions. There's no force, there's no enforcements that you have to believe and follow these religions. So I think, yeah, that is the things that I can share about the guidance or about the law, because yeah, sometimes people, especially when they see like Muslim women, they think that they become, you know, being I don't know how to say, what is the word for it, they limit the woman to
Like their
express themselves.
freedom.
Yeah, they take their freedoms to express themselves,
Yeah.
to do their fashions or something. They think that the woman's heart, or a Muslim woman can express themselves, but it's totally wrong. I think if you ask to a woman that really believe in Islam, and you can ask her, I think they feel more safe, they feel more calm, and they feel more content when they use their their clothes and their hijab
Mhm.
or their scarf. I think
You know,
they will feel comfortable, because they feel it as a guidance, not a law, something that yeah, they can oppress them to behave,
yeah,
to follow the rule.
that's very strange for us, like in Italy, and also I think like in, I don't know, maybe just for people that is not part of that religion. But actually, I talked with a girl that was in the mosque,
Mhm.
and she's a very like amazing person. Like she was spread peace like from herself, and I asked her a lot of questions, and also about the hijab, and I was talking with her, and I was like, but you don't feel like forced to do that? Wouldn't you instead maybe prefer to be free of, let's see who you are and your face, and and she told me that like she was not feeling that she had to do that. She wanted to do that, and no one was forced, was forcing her. That doesn't mean that no one is forced, but that's, another time, it's not the belief, it's not the religion, it's the society that maybe, can be aggressive and so on, but that has nothing to do with the message. And she was telling me that she was feeling more, preserved like as a person, she was feeling more safe, but not just safe because men are bad, you know. I don't know, she had this other point of view that I still don't get like completely, but that's because I just talked with her once, and then I came back to my country. So, you know, what I wanted to say is that what you said is true, and it's very difficult for us, maybe for people that are out this religion, to understand, because we have our stereotypes, you know, like stereotypes. And but I think that it's very important to, you know, to make to ask ourselves, you know, can I judge, or should I know more about that? And for knowing more about that, you have to talk with people, you know, that has this other point of view, and you have to listen to them, like, without stereotypes, just trying to understand what they are saying, what they are seeing, you know. And maybe you can realize that from them point of view, they are thinking the same about you, you know. Like, sometimes if you don't use your word, but you try to understand the others, you can understand that those point of view is also your point of view when you really, really understand what they are saying. So that I think it's very important and also very beautiful. And I think that maybe we can just put like 3 points that we have, you know, touched in this
Yeah.
discussion and just this dialogue. And I think that, I don't know, maybe you can like add it more, or just like say something different from me. But I think that what we can like take home from this conversation is that we have to don't be confused about different names, and like we have to separate what is belief, what is religion, what is institution, and what is society. We have to distinguish what is law, like constriction, and what is advice, and what is like an help to know how to live your life and to know an entity. So what is giving by an entity to allow you to know her or it, and what is imposed from like a society from men's, and what is, you know, more strict. And we have to not judge like the others with our point of view, because maybe we just don't cope to see the truth, but we have always to see the other point of view, to try to, you know, make some steps in their shoes, and then try to like come back in our life, but, you know, without losing this point of view. Maybe you want to add something, but I think those are very important topics.
Yeah, I think you already mentioned all of it. That the summary is already mentioned by yours. But maybe the things that I want to add is all about, you know, related to religions. Like, you know, we live in this art only as a traveler, and we don't want to make it, you know, just waste our times in this life. Or maybe we don't we just we don't want to leave bad impressions for our closest one, or our uh friends, or maybe our family. We don't want to that things all happens. So we just have to make sure that every single times that we do, like, you know, we are being present, and also we share we share a lot of things, or at least like a good things. Even it's really hard actually to do that kind of stuff, because yeah, as a humans there are a lot of distractions, and we have a lot of you know, in Islam our belief is not really stable. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down as well. So when we are standing in the lowest situations, I think it's the way where we need to get back to the God. We ask for help. We ask for protections. And when we up, like we stand in the up situation, or when our belief is standing in the highest level, this is the times when we keep spread the good deeds, and we look after our prayer, or we can do as well, like, try to spend some productivity, or try to spend productive times for ourselves, so that we can see in the future, or in the times that in the futures, that we will see, or we will get the things that unpredictably will come to us, especially something that related to a good things. It can be from someone, or it can be from God.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree, and I have nothing to add to what you just said. And yeah, I think that maybe for today it can be, enough. And maybe if you want, we can do that like another time.
Yeah,
And
sure.
yeah, so for now, I just say goodbye to if someone is seeing us.
Okay, yeah. Thank you also for
And
having me.
thank you to you. If you are seeing like this video and you want to share your own opinion, you can write me in the email that I will link like in the first comment, and it is also in the description, and also you can write me in the comments. And if you want to grab yourself and make a very short video or a long video, you can also send it to me, and I will put that on the channel. So you are totally free to show and to share your opinion. So yeah, thank you
Okay,
and
yeah. Thank you
goodbye.
for letting me know about that. Yeah. Bye.